2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Rip City, Portland, Oregon, the site for the Mavericks. The European bloc making its presence felt in the NBA. Doncic and Porzingis. They're locked in and geared up as they assemble themselves for basketball at Moda Center. Mavs, Blazers, the NBA on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers up against the Dallas Mavericks. For Dallas, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. And fellas, despite his unprecedented success in the EuroLeague, many scouts questioned whether Luka Doncic would be as effective at the NBA level.
Well, those scouts were wrong because they didn't scout him correctly. The one thing that he has is the ability. There's certain type of shots, Ernie, that if you take in the park, you could take in college or you could take in the NBA. They're the same shot for guards. Luka Doncic makes great use of that step back. Great player.
He went in the locker room and said, Dirk, the torch belongs to me. Avida Sane makes their trade up in the draft look like a genius move.
You know what I call him?
What's that?
Cool hand Luka.
Cool hand Luka. Can I run with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me credit.
No, I just want to run with it.
And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Let's take a look at Dallas. They're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build on the wins as the season goes on. And, of course, Portland, 9 games back.
You know, right now, Dallas, they fought awfully hard this season, and they've got the results to show for it. It's been a breakout year for this group.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been a nice story, but now the real work begins, getting themselves primed for a deep push into the playoffs.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, Damian Lillard is not just the best player on the Blazers, he's the team's unquestioned leader. But he said leadership is not all about talking. It's about letting others hold you accountable too, being coachable and committing to a common purpose. For him, guys, being a leader doesn't mean he puts himself above his teammates.
I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. Well, every year, Doris, despite the expert predictions, there are always big surprises, some things that come out of the blue, or they're fun to watch.
We tend to use that word expert lightly because you never know, despite collections of talent, who's going to work well together, who develops their chemistries, what injuries play a part in a particular season. Are there mid-season trades that sort of maybe change the chemistry and the makeup of a particular roster? So, listen, predictions, take them with a grain of salt. You never know how an NBA season might play out.
And that's why we love the regular season so much. Long, yes, but so many different twists and turns along the way.
No doubt.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Doncic and Hardaway at the 2 and the 3. And there's Porzingis, and there's J.J. Barea, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 4 spot. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Whiteside in at the center, filling out the middle. And the basket by Lillard.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now, here's Doncic. Over McCollum. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
Well, there's reach, there's size, there's wingspan, and there's a knack for understanding where it's coming off. This is a very difficult thing to keep Porzingis off the window.
Here's Ariza. First quarter, just over a minute played. Clock at 4. The teardrop falls in.
The soft touch there. You love when Ariza tries his luck with that difficult floater.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Barea. And it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Drills the three-pointer. Lillard's got 5 now.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
Stolen by McCollum. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Ariza with the bucket.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Barea, the pass to Hardaway. Doncic with it. Passes it to Porzingis. That one misses. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Here's Porzingis following the score by Trevor Ariza. Up top, Barea, covered by Lillard. Will it go? And Barea finishes inside.
I'll tell you, don't let the diminutive size fool you. This guy is not intimidated and can get his shot in the painted area.
Lillard finds McCollum. Hardaway against Ariza. Here's McCollum. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 5. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Well, Tim Hardaway Jr. getting stronger, and that's a problem when he's trying to finish through contact.
McCollum outside. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And Whiteside stays right with it.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Here's Finney-Smith. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Doncic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one's on Anthony.
Well, Luka Doncic, from the moment he stepped between the lines in the NBA, has flashed incredible potential and skill.
Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
That free throw good from Doncic. And you look at Luka Doncic, 6'7", about 220 doors. Is he a point guard? A point forward? I mean, where's he fit?
Well, I think in today's modern NBA, where we talk about positionless basketball, he's the perfect fit regardless of where you put it. He can defend wings, he can defend forwards, and offensively, you want him to be in command of the basketball.
All free throws good from Doncic.
Well, you think the ownership style of the Mavericks, something the league had to adjust to. Very active, very outspoken. Sometimes I think that rubbed people the wrong way. But now you get the sense it's almost the new normal.
Mavericks trail by 3. Barea, the pass to Porzingis.
How about the height and the length and the athleticism of Kristaps Porzingis? Barely has to jump to throw that down.
Lillard surveying the D. Inside, Whiteside, good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. And the Mavericks, we know, have been trendsetters, investing in development and in technology.
Kevin, they have always been on the cutting edge of data collection and then using that data to give them a competitive advantage. When you're in a business, it's always about what's next. How can I be better?
5 to shoot. And Porzingis puts up a deep 3. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. You better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. Second, Luka Doncic.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
Portland leading by 3. Lillard, the pass to Whiteside. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Outside Anthony. Tipped away. And they're moving it up. Finney-Smith passes to Barea. And it's sent back by Lillard. And now Portland on the break. Ariza no up. Barea against Lillard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And this is what you have to love about J.J. Barea. Just absolutely fearless and always plays 100% out. That's nice.
The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. No good on the free throw.
Well, how about the guy, undrafted, undersized guard out of Puerto Rico? What a career J.J. Barea has made for himself.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Trailblazers leading by 3 from 15 feet away. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Anthony. Anthony's got 3 assists tonight. The Mavericks have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Here's Hardaway. That's his 2nd shot and his 2nd basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, you want to be able, as a scorer, to put it on the deck to create your shot. Go ahead, Mr. Hardaway. We see you getting off the bounce.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Ariza against Porzingis. Shot clock at 5. Here's McCollum. Tries again. Anthony trying to get open. And it's laid in by Whiteside. Whiteside's got his 3rd basket of the night. For Portland, they won their last contest, that game against the Warriors. The pass to Doncic. Over McCollum. Doncic, no good.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Barea. That one, no good. Nice D from Lillard. And Anthony gets it to go. And now it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
Well, quality floor recognition from Trevor Ariza. If a teammate is open, I promise you he will deliver.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Doris, there are these players whose wingspans exceed their height by 6 inches or more. They're called +6s, kind of a new term. Talk about that with the scouts look into those numbers.
Well, one of the things you like to have in a defensive player is length and versatility along with that length. So guys who maybe their size lists them at one thing, but that length enables them to guard a little bit differently. Guys like Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Montrezl Harrell, all of those guys might be listed a certain size, Kevin, but boy, their length is problematic and makes them such exceptional defensive players.
the Trailblazers. Hezonja, he's checked in for Anthony. Little comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Jackson comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. White, he's checked in for Doncic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for J.J. Barea. Portland with the ball, following the score by Dallas. Pass to Whiteside. With the fadeaway. And the shot is long.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Now here's Brunson. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Jackson misses.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look.
Oh, that was something else.
Have mercy. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Now here's Brunson. Kleber kicks to right. It's deflected, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And here's a look at some numbers for Lillard.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Now here's Lillard. He really played well in that last game against Golden State. And the foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. Swanigan's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Porzingis. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
A moment now to see the stats for Wright. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
Now here's Brunson. Pass to Lee. Clock at 6. Back to Brunson. Fires the 3. Portland grabs the miss. They come in fresh off the win against the Warriors.
Yeah, they put the defense on them. Aggressive, intimidating. They blocked a lot of shots in that one.
Greg, it was obvious. They pressured that team from the outset every trip down the floor. That will wear an opponent down over time.
Here's Brunson. The Blazers getting the bucket. And stolen by Hezonja. Lillard left side. No good on the 3.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Brunson kicks to Kleber. Wright, the pass to Lee. Wright looking around. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. 8-point game. 1:33 left to play in the first quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
It's really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder.
Thanks, Kev.
Here's Simons. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State.
And don't forget about the 2 blocks. He really changed the game for his team on the defensive side.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Curry's checked in for the Mavericks.
Substitution for the Mavericks.
Here's Wright. 46 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Wright's got 5 now.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Lasagna the pass to Simons. Back to Hazonia. Pass to Trent. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls it up. Rebounded by Jackson.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
I think he's adding more toughness to his game, and it's great to see Seth Curry stick with it and finish strong.
Hazonia with the ball. From deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Right back after this break. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about what that means to him.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, people are going to look to you first. They're going to point the finger at you first. And when things go well, they're going to give you the credit. So I think it's just a balance of those two things, being willing to be that guy and being excited about it. I think you got to have fun with it.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got Lee. DeJuan Wright is out there with Curry. And there's Jackson, and it's Kleba in at the center position. Mavericks trail by 7. Jackson finds Lee. Right side. Now here's Curry. D right on him. Kleba, no good. Trailblazers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Offensive rebound. Good. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Now here's Lee. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Over Little. Swanigan pulls it in. Trailblazers leading by 9. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. There's the triple. Bangs home the trifecta. Little's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Sweet little floater.
Well, see, I think Steph Curry has terrific instincts. He understands when to shoot the basketball and when to put it on the deck to create a shot.
And the pass to Little. Hazonia with the ball. Jackson on him. Mavericks trail by 10. The 15th pick back in 2017. Justin Jackson, Doris, won a championship, as you know, at North Carolina.
Yeah, Kevin, he spent his first season and a half in Sacramento. Now he gets a new opportunity. Sometimes it's that next stop where young players really find success. Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Pass to Little. And now, here's Hazonia, covered by Lee. Simons, the pass to Trent. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Here's Little. Oh, good on the triple. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. To the inside. Kleba, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooter.
Dallas calls timeout. Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible-to-check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
A different look now for Portland. Anthony's checked in for Hazonia. Riza comes in for Little. And McCollum subbed in for Anferny Simmons. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Zinkis, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Justin Jackson. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Courtney Lee. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Wright. Now here's McCollum after Luka Doncic's miss. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against 1 make. Here's Hardaway. Offensive rebound. Trailblazers leading by 9. Pass to Trent. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Mavericks have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Yes, 3 of 9. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
I love the aggressiveness of Seth Curry right there. Despite that frame, guys, he is not afraid of getting fouled.
First trip to the line for him here.
An 89% free throw shooter puts him right there among the league's best from the line.
Free throw good by Curry.
Well, I think it's fair to say that Seth Curry has found his footing in this league. He gains more and more confidence every year.
Whiteside's checked in for Portland. That That one is no good.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade. A chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
You simply have to respect the shooting touch with Porzingis. That time, he gets the defender closing out, but nowhere near in time.
And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Signed him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
You know, there was so much hype around Kristaps Porzingis once he got off to a great start in his first year. And you just want to see him continue to grow and add dimensions to the offensive game every year. What's next? We'll see.
Yep, that one goes. And that's now 11 points for Damian Lillard.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Now McCollum, and we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Lays it up and banks it in.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And so it's Barea with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 7. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, I mean, hard time shooting the rock in that one. But they also didn't give themselves the best looks.
I think, Greg, even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good.
And so here's Portland following the score by Dallas. And Whiteside slams it home.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a slagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Barea, no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Lillard, the pass to Whiteside. Here's McCollum. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Dallas gets called for the foul.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Throw good, McCollum. And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat, Greg, from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Doris, basketball.
Gets to free throw line and start elevating right there amongst the career leaders free throw. far to affect things. Found he is a problem for defenders.
The shot.
He did to another period.
Shoot.
We got physical. We did a great job.
And that led to a big win. I mean, thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
All right, Dave, thank you. And that's it, folks. For Doris Brooke and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.